Single. Ah, they're dating. In a relationship? Single? Dating? I don't know. I love seeing people in love. I love seeing acts of love. I just love love, don't you? I'm Danielle, and this is News for Blondes. We're communal creatures, us humans. Everybody needs somebody to love. Pretty sure someone famous said that. But love isn't always easy to find. In fact, sometimes it can be downright difficult, especially in a place like New York City. Don't get me wrong, I love Danielle time, but I also love spending time with the people I love. Speaking of which, where is my date? He was supposed to be here by now. Here he is! Today I'm joined by Evan Barden, the hilarious and trailblazing guy behind 100 Dates, a social experiment and personal journey. Why don't you come sit down?
All right.
So Evan, tell me, what exactly is 100 Dates?
Well, 100 Dates is, I guess it's a bit of a social experiment, and it's also just something that I'm trying to work through myself. You know, it came about for a number of reasons, I suppose, and so it has a lot of facets to it. But it's essentially, I'm going to go on 100 dates in a year. And there's a big list of dates, and I have to cross them all off the list. It's about 2 a week for an entire year.
Oh my God, that's a lot of dates.
Yeah, it is.
What made you decide on 100? Why not 50 or 35?
So the project's actually modeled after another blog that I found about online via a mutual friend, which is an interview blog, and she had a similar goal. She had 100 people she wanted to interview within the year. It's called 100 Interviews. It's very, very similar in that sense. And her setup was a list of interviews, people that she wanted to interview. And I had been thinking a lot about how to go on a lot of dates, essentially.
Why? So yeah, that actually is a really good, leads into my next question. It was, inspired by this other project, but why 100 dates for you? Why this year? Why now?
Right. So I've been a serial monogamist my entire life. About the last decade, I've had 3 long-term girlfriends, and I didn't go on my first real date until about February of this year.
Really?
Yeah. But it was really fun, and I had a really good time. And I started talking to a lot of other 20-somethings about dating, and the general consensus was a lot of people didn't really just date anymore. You know, there's this big idea of a hookup culture.
Yeah.
And then there was all these couples that had been together for years, and that was sort of where it stayed. You know.
Yeah, one or the other.
Exactly. And I started talking to a lot of women actually, and they're like, we would love to get asked on dates. You know, guys don't ask girls on enough dates anymore, and so I started thinking, I was like, yeah, I should just try dating because I don't want to get into another relationship. In fact, I thought to myself, how do I stay out of a relationship for 1 year? I was like, I need 1 year of being single. I've never been single for a year of my adult life.
What is the ultimate goal for this project? If it's not to find love, what is the ultimate goal?
I think the ultimate goal is to just show people that dating can be fun, and that it doesn't have to be this thing with all this pressure and awkwardness and things like that. Like, it can just be a great way to get to know another person in a little bit more of an intimate setting, and connect quickly on this basis, and not worry so much about the ramifications of going on a date.
Well, so it's 100 different dates, right?
100 different dates.
What are some of them? What are some of your favorites, or the ones that you're looking forward to?
Some of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Actually, I already went to a wedding last weekend.
What?
Yeah, my second date was a wedding.
Your second?
Second date.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Like a wedding?
A wedding in upstate New York.
Wow.
She was a bridesmaid.
Out of town, too.
Yeah.
Out of town wedding for date number 2?
I met her in the receiving line. I'd never met her before. So that one that was great. I was looking forward to it too. But yeah, there's some others. There's abroad date. So I have to find abroad. So I have to
find abroad as in a woman.
Exactly.
Abroad as in overseas.
Yes. So I have to travel overseas and get a date.
Wow.
So that one will be interesting. And yeah, there's some other cool ones. Coney Island. I've never been to Coney Island.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, so that's one of the other dates.
I'll be your date.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, wait, can I invite myself to be your date?
You could. Other people have.
Really?
Absolutely.
How does it work? How do you determine, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go on this date with this person right now?
Yeah, it's funny because it matters how I get the date.
Okay, how do you get the date?
So if I have a list of friends, you know, or people that I've known for years, maybe, that I want to go on a date with them. You know, maybe I've kind of liked them for a long time, or just want to see if maybe there's something there or whatever. And those people I can kind of ask because they know about the project, and I can sort of, you know, ask them, hey, can you wait a few weeks, or like, what do you want to do? You know, maybe like we can come to a consensus on something. So that's like the easiest ones. And then there's some others that I get emails because I have the website up, and I have to sort of figure out their approach too. You know, I actually had a few this week where I have to email them back and say, hey, I just want to make sure that like you want to go on a date with me.
How are you funding all of this? Like 2 dates a week is a lot.
Yeah, that is that's the second biggest challenge of the project, I would say, behind falling in love. If anyone knows any place that I can get funding for this whole thing,
Any angel investors out there?
yeah, it'd be greatly appreciated. But really, I'm paying for it myself right now.
Wow.
I look at it a bit as an investment. I just moved, lowered my rent. I've been doing all very typical like cost-saving things, you know, like just on the food I eat. I'm drinking less when I go out, things like that. Like I'm really just pinching pennies so that I can make this happen.
Well, Evan, I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to hear about it. We're going to keep checking back in and seeing how 100 dates are going as time moves on and as more lovely people get to spend time with Evan, which I'm so grateful for. And I got to spend time with Evan today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And you can read all about it on 100dates.com. Evan Barden, one of the coolest guys you might ever meet. I'm Danielle, and this is News for Blondes. Don't forget to subscribe.